Hi friends, and welcome back to the Mermaid Tarot. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a couples pick a card reading. So if you are not in a relationship or have some kind of significant other, this may not be the reading for you. Of course, you can skip around and find advice about your future partner coming in, but this is geared towards couples who want to do a reading together, or if you're in a relationship and want to learn more about you and your partner, how you can connect deeper, maybe some of the things that you're going through or subconsciously driving your relationship that you can work on to grow and harness the energy of that divine union that you have. So we have 3 crystals today to choose from. We have pile number 1 with the clear quartz, pile number 2 with the rose quartz, and pile number 3 with the red tiger's eye. So you can go ahead and pick which crystal resonates the most with you, and I will see you at your reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose the clear quartz, this reading is for you. So the way I'm going to do this is on the left is going to be the divine feminine in the relationship, and on the right, the divine masculine. Now, you don't have to be a man or a woman, and you could be the divine feminine and be the gender man in the relationship. You could be 2 men, you could be 2 women, you could be 2 non-binary people, but this is the dominating energy of person 1 on the left with the divine feminine energy, and person 2 on the right with the divine masculine. So nothing to do with gender. Again, I just want to disclaim that this is an all-inclusive channel, and it always will be. So pile number 1, the divine feminine in the relationship. I'm using the Fairy Godmother's Oracle card, and your significator card is discernment. So right now, being in the energy of being discerning, being able to tell what is what, to make decisions based on how you feel about them, tapping into your own intuition, tapping into your own drives, seeing what you care about. Maybe you formerly wished that you could be a certain way, or something could be a certain way, but now you're realizing that if you don't like something about your life, you have the power to change it, and you're always allowed to do that. With person 2, we have magic. So on the side of the divine masculine, we have magic. So magic is all about literal abilities to manifest, abilities to be tapped in and tuned into your intuition. And so the divine masculine in this partnership has just something really creative and unique and inspiring about them. They may be somebody that a lot of people look up to, or just in their circle radiate good energy and are able to manifest what they want. For the card representing your relationship together, we have Mother Nature. So that's very beautiful and very sweet, loving, wholesome, and nurturing energy between you 2. Now, let's focus the card. If you don't feel this nurturing energy in your relationship right now, you guys are being called to really take care of each other and treat each other as sacred. You're in each other's lives for now or for a long time for a reason, and that's to support and love and nurture each other. So taking that caring and abundant mind state, not being stingy with your partner, really truly desiring the best for them and supporting them in all their endeavors. So what is the main struggle that person one, the divine feminine, is going through right now? I know that the right person waits until I'm ready. You got the Knight of Cups. So with the Knight of Cups, I see that there may be some pressure that you're feeling right now. And that could be pressure from your partner, it could be pressure from work, or it could be a self-created pressure of feeling like you have to be a certain way. And I think that that relates a lot to discernment, being able to pick and choose what is right for you, and noticing where these pressures come from, and starting to discern what is okay with you, what is good for you, and what is from a belief that somebody else holds about you. The issue that pile number 2, that person 2 is going through, magic, the divine feminine, the divine masculine is the moon. My intuition guides me to the truth is the affirmation for that card. So I feel pile number 2 having a hard time really tapping in to their full magic, into their full self-belief, and understanding their intuition. Maybe feeling physical symptoms, but not really understanding the spiritual cause of these things, or having a feeling about something, but interpreting it in the way that Spirit is saying, hey, that I was trying to give you a sign about this, but it's coming off in another way because of these human tendencies to overinterpret and overanalyze. So reaching a clear intuition by quieting the mind. It's better to leave your mind silent than to think negative thoughts if you find yourself in a downward spiral. So learning that, maybe practicing meditation, will be really helpful. So in terms of what's positive, on the divine feminine side is the Ten of Cups. I have all I wish for in my relationships. So you're very fulfilled in this relationship. You love your partner so much, and you're very happy in this relationship. And maybe that's why you're on this reading, is because you just want to even grow this relationship further. What is going well for the divine masculine is I make empowered choices. So the divine masculine really knows who he is and knows what he wants, and is able to be the clear-headed person that can do the next right thing, in terms of a practical sense, in terms of a leadership sense. So pile number 1, that's a very cute spread for you guys. Let's see what advice Spirit wants to leave you with. Couple number 1. The Six of Wands. I am proud of what I achieve and I accept my reward. So with the Six of Wands, you guys should really be proud of your relationship that you have, and that you have each other, and how much you care about each other, and growing together. Because that's something that not a lot of people have. There are a lot of toxic relationships that are going on in this day and age, and possessive and controlling relationships, and you guys are really working through any little things that happen, because you see the big picture. So keep on loving each other. I hope you found that inspiring, and learned a little bit about what you guys are going through individually, and how you can grow and have Spirit support on your relationship together. So that's all I have for you, pile number 1. If you did find that helpful and would like to see my other readings, definitely check out my channel. I have I don't have any other couple readings on there. This is the first one, but I have a lot of other stuff about manifesting and what you need to hear right now, and a lot more. So that's all I have for you. Keep that channel clear with the clear quartz, and keep thriving. Much love. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose the rose quartz, welcome to your couples reading. So on the left, beginning with person number 1, the divine feminine. I forget if I said it in the intro or the piles, but the divine feminine can be any gender of any type. So the current state of the divine feminine in the relationship is self-worth. So with self-worth, I see a little bit of a disconnect in your confidence. So in one sense, you really do know who you are. You've been able to detach from your ego and from caring what other people think and really stay on this mission that you have. But there are other aspects of yourself that you just don't simply think are good enough. And I can relate to this a lot personally. And that is totally normal. We all have things about ourselves that we are insecure about. But it's whether we can learn to love those things or not, if it's going to be a barrier for us. So say you have really bad skin or whatever, or you hate the sound of your voice. Learning to love those things and accept them, but also taking the action that you need to feel comfortable and confident. Don't let anybody tell you that you need to accept just as you are right now. You need to love who you are right now, but you can always grow and change the things that are uncomfortable for you. With the divine feminine here, we have vulnerability. So the divine masculine in this partnership is feeling vulnerable. Something is hurting the heart of the divine masculine and bringing up some deeper emotions, maybe things that the divine masculine did in the past that they're regretting, maybe seeing things in a new light, maybe just processing all the horrors of the world that are going on, that, you know, so many people are facing these horrible circumstances every day, and just processing that and the suffering of all of this. But look, the woman in this card looks like the same woman in the other card. So in this card, she's just thinking she's not good enough, but in the divine masculine, and I'm just using she, he for simplicity, you're really an angel to your divine masculine now. And in this card, it's pictured as a woman. So I just can't stress it enough that this has nothing to do with gender, but the other person. And you're really being able to come in and support that person, and they really view you as an angel. So that's very beautiful, and it's very good to be able to be vulnerable and have somebody to be there for you while you're vulnerable. Very interesting. The card that we have for the theme of your relationship is exertion. And this card is super cute. It's the same woman again on a little bicycle at the gym, you know, physically exerting herself, and that's what this card is all about. So maybe you and your partner have started doing things like working out together or dancing together, like ballroom dancing, or you're both focusing on your physical fitness. But this is something that when we sweat, when we exert ourselves, when we push ourselves to the next level, it really does release endorphins and release parts of ourselves that we're kind of like trapped. Like when we're feeling really stuck, if we go work out and take a shower and try to come back to our work, it's going to feel a lot clearer. And working out emotions through that is such a healthy coping mechanism. So if you aren't working out together, if you aren't sweating together, go for a run, you know, join a gym, take a Zumba class together. That's really encouraged. Or if you are already doing that, then you're on the right path. So what's something that the divine feminine is going through right now? What's kind of the challenge? The world, I celebrate life and welcome new energy. So the main thing is you're right on the cusp of being able to feel this kind of joy. I celebrate life and welcome new energy. And the thing that is limiting you is your self-worth, caring what other people think about you, caring about the way that you come off. It's making it so you're not free to just enjoy each day. So building up your confidence with go on YouTube and look up like confidence affirmations and start saying these affirmations when you look in the mirror in the morning. Say, damn, that's a bad AB. I'm not gonna swear in case of, I don't even know how YouTube works with that, but just hyping yourself up and letting your partner hype you up. With the struggle of the divine masculine, we have the Queen of Wands. I am naturally creative, so with all your passions and drives and motivations that you have, with this kind of profound suffering that's going on, a little bit of vulnerability there, focusing on your creativity is really difficult because you can't, if you're processing something, it's hard to be creative about it when you have those kind of deep thoughts and emotions going on. But once you push through that first layer of work that you have to get through, the experiences that you're going through right now will be channeled into what you create. So for example, if you're going through a heartbreak and you can't write a song or whatever, this is just one example. Once you do sit down and say, I'm gonna write music regardless, and you break through those first couple crappy songs or whatever, then it comes out, then the truth is revealed. You know, if you work in something more business related, maybe the vulnerability you're feeling is more about the suffering, and you have some great idea on how this idea that you had can actually impact and change the lives of these people that you want to help so bad. So in terms of the positive energy of the divine feminine, I'm always open to good news. You have the Page of Wands, which is all about joy, and you are ready for the good. You're ready to feel the good, you're ready to be the good, you're ready to see the good. And so this optimism that, despite a little bit of lack of confidence right now, is just so present and natural and youthful in you. Like, you can't even shut down the sun. You can't even shut down your own sun if you wanted to, and that's always going to be going for you and really positive for you. For the divine masculine, the positive thing is I nurture and take care of myself first. So sometimes when we're going through a hard time and people can crowd around us, like if you're at a party and you're the girl crying, everybody's going to come and, you know, try to support you and try to comfort you. But sometimes you have to step away from that and take care of yourself. And knowing when to do that is your strength right now, or is the divine masculine strength right now. So in terms of what you guys, getting one more affirmation, we kind of got clarity about where the divine feminine is at, where the divine masculine is at, and where the couple is at as a whole, you know. And with exertion, I do see too, like, the effort that you're putting into this relationship might feel like you're exerting a lot of energy, but it's good, it's positive, it's rewarding. But let's get one final advice from Spirit. The universe brings me all I need to feel blissful. So trusting the universe is the right call. Moving out of those sadder emotions and get outside. If you're inside watching this on your phone, go for a walk. If you need some sunshine, get some sunshine. If you need to meet up with some friends you don't normally see, and have a glass of wine, of course, if that's something that's healthy for you. Doing fun things is going to reignite your passions, reignite your focus. If you're somebody that thinks taking a break or having fun is lazy, and you have those voices in the back of your head, then even more definitely go and have some fun. So pile number 2, I hope that you found that helpful and that resonated for you. If you are a couple watching this, or you're in a relationship and this totally resonated for you, I would just love to hear your stories and your experience. If you do take any of these messages or something resonated, please let me know below. If you and your partner want a personal reading as well, all that information is below. So I hope to see you in another reading. Much love. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose the red jasper, this is your reading. So let's get started with some significator cards on the divine feminine here on the left and the divine masculine. So nothing to do with gender, all to do with the energy in the relationship. So what is the divine feminine? What's the current state of the divine feminine? Oh no! Abandonment. So whether you feel abandoned or not, there's some abandonment issues going on. Whether you were abandoned as a child or not, I was not abandoned as a child, and I have abandonment issues that I notice in some approval-seeking behaviors, feeling the need to justify my actions to other people, and working on those abandonment issues teaches us how whole we are on our own. So you may be not even feeling this, but it's coming out in subconscious ways, maybe a little bit of codependency, or if you don't hear from your partner, feeling like they're gonna leave you. So that's the energy that I see for you, or for the divine feminine. If you feel like you're the divine masculine, this is how this person is feeling now. But you do see in this glass slipper here, she's kind of trapped in the glass slipper. So there is also this magical energy to this woman. The divine masculine's current energy is kindness. So the divine masculine really loves and cares about everybody. He may be somebody that's really active in the community, or has like a lot of friends and family that he's taking care of, and those people might get priority sometimes over you as the individual, leaving you feeling a little bit high and dry. But with the kindness energy, you being able to step to the side while this divine masculine takes care of the people that he loves, and knowing that he is not abandoning you. When I say he, I just mean the divine masculine. I'm just simplifying because it's easier to say he and she. When they feel pushed to the side, when you normally would feel pushed to the side, looking at them as they practice kindness and just observing, because you see the same woman that's stuck in the shoe, observing him be kind and to these people, and she's happy to see that. And so focusing less on how you feel abandoned and focusing more on how beautiful the kindness of this divine masculine is. Venture. So with this card, one of you could be going on a trip, one of you could be on a trip, or specifically the divine feminine could need a little bit of adventure. That's the card that we got for your pile, for your the significator of the pile. So you may need to, one of you may need to leave to find yourself. Maybe the world has become too wrapped around the divine masculine, and it's kind of bringing up issues you didn't even have before. And it's not the fault of the divine masculine, it's just the dynamic that's going on and where he's needed, maybe in the community. And now it's time for you to discover yourself. And physically taking, if you have the financial means to go out of town for a few days, go somewhere beautiful in nature by yourself and explore yourself, focusing more on you, and the divine feminine focusing more on them and what they want, is really going to be helpful at this time. So let's get a little bit deeper into this. What is the main struggle of the divine feminine? The Knight of Cups. I know the right person waits until I'm ready. So if you are feeling called, if the divine feminine is feeling called to take some time to focus on themselves, then just know that the correct divine masculine will always be open to that. The struggle for the divine masculine is I take care of detail and stay in control. So the divine masculine is trying to balance a lot of things. And it's not that the divine masculine doesn't care about the divine feminine. It's just a lot to balance. So the positive of the divine feminine is I make a strategic decision. And I think that the strategic decision is understanding that this divine masculine does care about you a lot. And instead of acting out of those abandonment wounds and blocking or, leaving this person because they can't give you all the attention in the world, learning that he may think he's just a page of swords, but you see the divine masculine as the king of swords. And it's because of how deeply you feel about him. That's your strength. So making sure to give that person time and to make a strategic decision on how you're going to take care of yourself. Because I can feel that you don't want to lose this person. The strength of the divine masculine is the magician. I manifest perfectly what I desire. So this pure energy of the divine masculine is really his strength. This is somebody that can really think about what they want and just do it and execute it both in a practical way, but in a very, very magical and beautiful way. And your strategic decision is the divine feminine strategic decision, is to either realize that it's not a good match if you're feeling that. I do just need to say that for some of you, but if you do feel like it is, and you have those tendencies to be codependent or overbearing or overclinging, to make the strategic decision that if you want to level up with this person, you have to level up and address some of these deep wounds. The Wheel of Fortune is next, and this is the final message from Spirit card. And it is, I trust whatever the universe brings me. So as you go through these ups and downs, as the cycles of life change and spin around, you're realizing that the universe knows what you need more than you do. So it might feel painful right now, but what is happening is for your highest good, and what goes up must come down, and what goes down must come back up. It's a constant cycle. So keeping that detachment, even the cycle of life and death, I am surrounded by 50% very spiritual people and 50% very anxious, fear-based people in my life right now. And it's really interesting because it's just strange that death is feared, that birth is revered, when we're born we are guaranteed, birth is guaranteed suffering 100% of the time. No one will be born and not suffer, whereas death is guaranteed relief. You're not going to be in this realm in the same capacity anymore. So one would think that when a cycle ends, that should bring peace. And to some that may sound like super like suicidal or whatever, but it's not even about like wanting life to end or wanting life to begin or wanting this relationship to end or wanting it to begin, but more about accepting those cycles and rolling with it like a flow. So that's the reading I got for you, pile number 3. I hope you found that helpful, and that you and your partner can just love each other, and lowering those expectations, because everybody's going through these cycles at their own pace and at their own time, and you can't always perfectly align with another and perfectly get all your needs met when you're in a relationship 100% of the time. sometimes it's going to be difficult. Sometimes you're going to need to focus on something. Sometimes they're going to need to focus on something. Sometimes somebody's going to be sad, and just accepting these ups and downs, I think, is really the key if you want to make this work. If you don't, accepting the end of the cycle as well, and taking care of yourself either way, viewer. And if it's a couple watching this, both of you, taking care of yourself first is always, you have to, and then your partner can take care of you as well, and it's a bonus, you know. So I hope you found that helpful. If you resonated, let me know. I'm so curious to hear from you guys doing a couples reading for the first time. How much it resonated, any kind of thoughts, questions, feedback. Always open to all of that. So if you guys want to get more in depth as well, you can book a personal reading with me, or just stay tuned. I post at least once a week, sometimes twice, and yeah, so if you have any requests for any like categories or anything, if you want like a certain type of reading next, let me know in the comments for sure. And I love you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful day.